The wedding cake is for him, the man who once swore I'd never amount to anything. He was wrong, and today he's going to realize just how wrong. My name is Liana, and at 28, I just walked straight into the most ironic twist of fate. Nathan probably thinks he's won, imagining me humiliated, struggling, drowning in regret while he basks in his perfect life. But here's the thing. I'm not the girl he left behind, and I'm definitely not broken. 3 years ago, he walked out of my life, leaving nothing behind but a handful of cruel words and the kind of heartbreak that doesn't just sting, it carves itself into your bones. You'll never make it on your own, Liana. You're just a small town girl playing pretend. That was the last thing he said to me before slamming the door. I remember that night too well. How I stood frozen in the tiny apartment we once shared, staring at the empty space where his things used to be. How I traced the rim of the coffee cup he left on the counter, the last conversation still echoing in my ears. Come with me to the city, Liana. Get a real job. Be someone. As if everything I dreamed of, everything I built was nothing more than a childish fantasy. But I didn't cry that night. I didn't beg him to stay. Instead, I made a promise to myself. One day, he'll regret ever thinking I wasn't enough. And now, here I am, standing in the grand ballroom of the Griffin Estate, the venue of his extravagant wedding, holding a meticulously crafted portfolio of sketches and flavor profiles. The six-tiered masterpiece I'm about to create will be the centerpiece of the most talked about event of the season. The irony is almost poetic. I can already hear the whispers, the raised eyebrows. Isn't she the ex? How humiliating for her. Poor thing. They don't know that I'm not here to wallow in old wounds. I'm here to do my job and do it flawlessly. I glance at my phone, the screen lighting up with a text from Mia, my best friend and the only person who knows just how much this moment means. MIA, last chance, say the word and I'll tell them you got the flu, or a sudden case of common sense. I smirk, fingers flying over the keyboard. Well, well, look what we have here. I don't even have to turn around to know who it is. Derek! Nathan's closest friend, partner in crime, and the human embodiment of every entitled rich boy cliche imaginable. The last time I saw him, he was drunkenly bragging about his latest investment while tossing $100 bills at a bartender like they were confetti. I turned slowly, meeting his smug gaze. He's holding a champagne flute, because of course he is, grinning like he just stumbled upon the best joke of the year. Liana Young, at my best friend's wedding as the hired help, he chuckles, taking a slow sip. You know, when Nathan said you were still baking, I thought he was exaggerating, but wow, he gestures dramatically. Sad, honestly. I tilt my head, forcing a polite smile. Derek, still drinking before noon, I see. Some things never change. The smirk falters, just for a second. Before he can respond, a new presence enters the conversation. Liana, and there he is, Nathan. I haven't seen him in 3 years, but the moment my eyes land on him, it feels like no time has passed at all. He looks exactly the same, maybe a little more polished, a little more confident, like a man who believes he has the world in the palm of his hand. His gaze sweeps over me, and for the briefest second, I see something flicker behind his expression. Maybe even surprise, but it disappears just as quickly, replaced with the signature smirk I once knew too well. Didn't think you'd actually take the job, he muses. I lift my chin. Why wouldn't I? Business is business. His lips twitch like he's holding back a laugh. Right, of course. I won't give him the satisfaction of knowing how much this moment affects me, how standing here, facing him after all these years, sends an unwelcome rush of memories crashing through me. So instead, I play my part. I'm calm, collected, professional. Well, I say, flipping open my portfolio, since we're all reacquainted, let's talk cake, shall we? Nathan chuckles under his breath, shaking his head like he finds the whole situation endlessly amusing. And maybe he does. Maybe he still thinks I'm the same girl he left behind, the girl who once believed in him, who would have followed him anywhere. But he has no idea. No idea that I've spent the last 3 years building something greater than he could ever imagine. No idea that his picture-perfect wedding is about to become the stage for the biggest reckoning of his life because he doesn't know the real reason I'm here. This isn't just about a cake. This is about payback. And it's going to be the sweetest thing I've ever made. Nathan thinks this is just business, that I'm just here to bake a cake, smile politely, and fade into the background like some forgotten chapter of his past. He has no idea. Because while he stands there basking in the grandeur of his perfect life, I'm already 10 steps ahead. I close my portfolio and glance around the ballroom. Everything screams excess. The towering floral arrangements, the gold-plated dinnerware, the soft hum of a live string quartet warming up in the corner. This is his world now. The world he traded me for. The world he once told me I'd never belong in. Funny, because in 2 weeks, this very room will witness his downfall. As I make my way toward the kitchen for the final tasting, my phone buzzes. I already know who it is before I even check the screen. MIA, I still think this is a bad idea, but if you're doing it, at least tell me you're not going in alone. I type back without missing a beat. Me, I'm not. Because I'm not, I have an unexpected ally, and she's waiting for me. The cafe Evelyn chooses is not the kind of place she usually belongs in. It's small, quiet, tucked away in a forgotten corner of town where the scent of burnt coffee lingers in the air and the furniture has seen better days. She's already sitting in the back booth when I walk in, her manicured fingers tapping against the rim of her untouched espresso. For a bride-to-be, she looks uneasy. You came. Her voice is softer than I expected. You asked me to. I slide into the seat across from her, folding my arms. Now tell me, why are we here? She hesitates, glancing around, as if making sure no one else is listening. Then, after a deep breath, she leans in. I know what Nathan did to you. The words hit harder than I expect. I keep my face neutral, but inside something sharp twists. She knows. And, I prompt, careful not to reveal anything. She hesitates again, then pulls out her phone and slides it across the table. Look at this. I pick it up, expecting something trivial, a text maybe, some old social media post. Instead, what I see stops me cold. Bank statements, property records, contracts with forged signatures. Illegal deals worth millions. What the hell is this? My voice is quieter now, controlled, but my pulse is racing. Evidence, Evelyn's expression hardens, of how my family has been laundering money through fake real estate projects, of how Nathan has been involved in every step of it. Nathan. I look down at the screen again, scanning the details, the names, the dates, the signatures. Nathan's signature. Why are you showing me this? I ask, suspicion creeping into my tone. Her fingers tighten around her cup. Because I can't stop this alone, and because I know you want to take him down just as much as I do. For a long moment, I say nothing, because this is bigger than revenge. This isn't just about me or about a broken heart. This is about justice? What do you need from me? I finally ask. Evelyn exhales like she's been holding her breath this whole time. The wedding, she looks me in the eye. I want to expose everything at the wedding. Back in my bakery, I spread out the stolen documents across my kitchen counter, the fluorescent lights casting sharp shadows over the damning evidence. I don't realize I'm holding my breath until Mia's voice cuts through the silence. This is insane. She snatches a paper off the pile, scanning the details. You're telling me Nathan and his future in-laws have been running some kind of criminal empire and Evelyn just handed this to you? She wants out, I say simply, and she wants to burn the whole thing down with her. Mia whistles low, shaking her head. Damn. Guess not all rich girls are spineless after all. I let out a breath, running a hand through my hair. She's willing to risk everything, her inheritance, her status, everything her family's built, and she wants me to help her do it. Mia gives me a look. And you said yes. It's not a question. She already knows me too well. I nod. For a moment, she's quiet. Then, with a sigh, she pulls out her laptop. All right, if we're doing this, we need a plan. A good one. I glance at the wedding sketches on my counter. The elegant sugar flowers, the intricate designs, the perfect hiding spots. My gaze flickers back to the documents. A plan is already forming. We'll need USB drives. I grab my notebook, jotting down details. small enough to fit inside sugar flowers, enough copies to spread the evidence far and wide. Mia nods. I'll get them. What else? A way to time the reveal perfectly. Evelyn wants this to hit when the entire guest list is there. Journalists, investors, government officials. Mia smirks. So we make sure they all get a front row seat. We exchange a look. Because this isn't just going to be a takedown. It's going to be a spectacle. 2 days later, Evelyn and I stand in the back room of an upscale bridal boutique, her wedding gown draped over a pristine white mannequin. You sure about this? I ask. She meets my gaze in the mirror, her reflection sharp, determined. More than ever, I nod, reaching into my bag. Then let's get to work. She watches as I pull out a small velvet box, flipping it open to reveal a delicate, handcrafted sugar flower. It looks innocent enough, beautiful even, but inside is everything we need to burn them to the ground. Evelyn lifts it carefully, turning it between her fingers. How many? She asks. Enough? We exchange a look. We both know there's no turning back now. This wedding, it's not just a ceremony, it's a battlefield. And in 2 weeks, when the world is watching, Nathan and his family won't even see it coming. Nathan thinks he's untouchable. I see it in the way he carries himself, in the way he glides through the Griffin estate like a king surveying his kingdom. He believes everything is his, the money, the power, the admiration. And most of all, he believes that I am nothing. I watch him from across the ballroom as he laughs with his friends, his arm casually draped around Evelyn's waist. To the outside world, he looks like a man who has it all. A multimillionaire groom-to-be marrying into one of the wealthiest families in the country. He thinks the game is over, that I faded into the background like some insignificant footnote in his life. He couldn't be more wrong. I smooth my hands over my apron, inhaling deeply, schooling my expression into something unreadable. Stay calm, stay focused. This is the most crucial phase of the plan, because right now Nathan needs to believe he's already won. Let him gloat. Let him think I'm nothing more than the hired help, because in 4 days, when he's standing at the altar, the entire world will know who he really is. Liana, darling. The voice is dripping with condescension before I even turn around. Olivia, Evelyn's sister, Nathan's biggest enabler, the kind of woman who was born with a silver spoon in her mouth and a dagger hidden behind her smile. She steps toward me, champagne in hand, her diamond earrings catching the light. I have to say, I'm impressed. She gestures vaguely at my sketches, the intricate sugar flower designs that hold far more than just beauty. You know, she continues, tilting her head, when I first heard Evelyn chose you, I was skeptical, but I suppose it's charming in a way, giving the local baker a moment in the spotlight. I smile the kind of smile that hides a blade. Oh, don't worry, Olivia. I'll make sure this wedding is unforgettable. She hums in amusement, sipping her drink. That's the spirit. Just remember, this isn't some small-town birthday party. This is one of the most high-profile weddings of the year. Try not to embarrass yourself. The audacity! The sheer audacity! But I don't react. Not yet, because this is exactly what I want. Let them underestimate me. Let them think I'm just another nameless face in the background. Because when everything collapses, they'll never see it coming. Later that evening, as I'm arranging cake samples for the final tasting, Nathan walks in. The room stills slightly, the tension settling between us like a thick, invisible fog. He looks at me like he's amused, like seeing me here working at his wedding is some great cosmic joke. You really showed up, he muses, strolling toward the table. I thought you'd back out. I don't flinch. I don't even blink. Why would I? I place the last sample on the tray, wiping my hands clean. A job is a job. His smirk deepens. God, I forgot how much I used to hate that look. Sure, he leans against the counter, crossing his arms. Or maybe you just wanted to see me again. I pause, not because I'm caught off guard, but because I need him to think I am. Let him believe he still gets under my skin. Nathan, I say, lowering my voice just enough to make him lean in slightly. The only reason I'm here is because you're paying me a disgusting amount of money to be. His smirk falters for half a second. It's satisfying. So I continue lifting the tray. Shall we get started? Nathan exhales a quiet laugh, shaking his head. You're still the same, aren't you? I finally meet his gaze. No, I say simply. I'm not. And he has no idea just how true that is. The next day, I'm in the kitchen finalizing the edible decorations when Derek walks in. Liana. His voice is full of mock pity. I have to admit, it's been fun watching you scurry around this place. I keep my back to him, carefully placing one of the USB-filled sugar flowers on the cooling rack. Is that so? He chuckles. Nathan and I made a bet, you know. I stop. Just for a second. Just long enough for him to notice. A bet? Yeah! He leans against the counter. I said you'd break down before the wedding, that seeing him move on would finally shatter that tough little act of yours. I slowly turn around, arching a brow. And what did Nathan say? Derek grins. That you'd last until the ceremony, that you'd hold it together just long enough to hand over the cake, and then when you finally see them exchange vows, that's when it would hit you. There it is, the moment they confirm exactly what I already knew. Nathan still believes I care, still believes that I'm clinging to the past. And that's his biggest mistake. Because while he's busy placing bets on when I'll break, I'm orchestrating his downfall. I take a slow step forward, closing the space between us. Tell Nathan he should double down on his bet. My voice is dangerously smooth. Because the moment he says I do will be the moment his entire world comes crashing down. Derek's smile falters, just slightly. Good. I turn back to my work, dismissing him with the same arrogance he just tried to throw at me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a cake to finish. He lingers for a second longer before muttering something under his breath and walking out. The moment the door swings shut behind him, I exhale slowly. Because this just confirmed everything. Nathan, Derek, Olivia, all of them believe they've already won. That's perfect, because the more comfortable they are, the harder it will be when everything crumbles beneath them. I glance down at the finished sugar flowers, my fingers tracing the delicate petals. Inside them, hidden from sight, are the seeds of their destruction. And in just 3 days, I'll be serving them the biggest wake-up call of their lives. There's a moment right before a storm breaks where everything is still. The sky holds its breath, the air thickens, the world pauses, suspended in anticipation. This is that moment. The wedding day has arrived, and the Griffin estate is a gilded battlefield. Chandeliers dripping with crystal light up the massive ballroom. Every seat is filled. CEOs, politicians, reporters, influencers, the elite of the elite, the kind of people who believe they control the world. Nathan stands at the altar, drunk on his own confidence. Eveline, in her immaculate designer gown, walks toward him, every step measured, controlled. Her family beams from the front row, believing they've secured their empire. They have no idea. In less than an hour, everything they built will turn to ash. And I'll be the one holding the match. 15 minutes before the ceremony, I stand in the servants' corridor, heart pounding, palms steady as I press the final USB drive into its hiding spot, a delicate sugar flower on the 6-tiered wedding cake. Everything is in place. Mia is stationed outside, ready to send the files to every journalist in the room. Evelyn is wired with a microphone, her confession ready to play through the ballroom's hidden speakers. And Nathan is clueless. 5 minutes before the ceremony, I step into the ballroom, walking straight toward the cake. It stands in the center of the reception hall, a masterpiece of sugar and deception. Guests murmur their approval, taking photos, marveling at the elegance. I adjust one of the flowers, making sure the tiny hidden drive is positioned perfectly. A voice sneers behind me. Still playing with sugar and flour, I see, Nathan. I don't turn around. And you're still pretending you built this life on your own, I reply smoothly. He chuckles, the sound dripping with arrogance. Tell me, Liana, does it hurt? Seeing me up there, knowing you're just the help. I finally turn, tilting my head as I study him. Not as much as it's gonna hurt you, Nathan. His smirk falters for just a second. Good. The ceremony begins. Evelyn stands across from him, her hands clasped in his, her expression unreadable. The officiant begins to speak, voice warm, rehearsed. Nathan grins. Everything is perfect. And then the lights flicker. A single sharp, static burst cuts through the speakers. The officiant pauses. The crowd murmurs. Nathan glances around, frowning. Then, "My name is Evelyn Griffin, and today I'm breaking my silence." Her voice fills the entire room. Gasps ripple through the audience. Nathan's hands tighten around hers. "What the hell are you doing?" he hisses. But Evelyn doesn't flinch. She lifts her chin, her microphone live, broadcasting her every word. "For years, I've watched my family lie, steal, and destroy everything in their path to maintain power. They've committed fraud, bribed officials, and ruined lives." The projector screen behind them suddenly flickers to life. Evidence floods the screen. Bank records, forged contracts, emails detailing illegal deals. Nathan stumbles back, gasps turn into chaos, reporters grab their phones, investors whisper furiously, and Nathan's father, one of the most powerful real estate moguls in the state, goes deathly pale. Security rushes forward. "Turn it off," Olivia shrieks, standing from her seat. "Cut the feed." Too late. Mia is outside sending everything to the press. There's no stopping it now. Nathan turns to Evelyn, rage flashing in his eyes. "You planned this?" His voice is low, dangerous. Evelyn doesn't blink. "You should have been smarter, Nathan. You should have known you can't build an empire on lies forever." His hands curl into fists. His perfect world is collapsing around him. And then the cake crashes to the floor. A waiter, Mia's inside contact, has accidentally bumped into the table. The delicate sugar flowers scatter across the ground, shattering on impact. And right there, for everyone to see, are the USB drives. A photographer gasps, a journalist snatches one up, instantly plugging it into a laptop. Live footage flashes on the projector. Nathan's face drains of color. Checkmate. Security swarms the stage. Reporters shove forward, microphones raised, cameras flashing. "Nathan," one shouts, "how do you respond to the accusations?" "Mr. Griffin, is it true your company falsified records?" Nathan snaps. "You think you're gonna ruin me?" he snarls, lunging toward Evelyn. But he doesn't get the chance, because the police step through the doors. Detectives push through the chaos, badges flashing. "Nathan Caldwell, you are under arrest for conspiracy to commit fraud, money laundering, and obstruction of justice." The room erupts. Nathan stiffens. His father lunges forward. "You can't do this. We have lawyers." "Your lawyers can't erase federal crimes," the lead detective replies coldly. Nathan struggles as they cuff him. "Evelyn," he roars, "you think you've won?" Evelyn steps forward, staring down at him like he's nothing. "I don't think, Nathan. I know." The officers drag him through the aisle. Guests recoil as he's hauled past them, his pristine suit now a symbol of disgrace. And as he passes me, I lean in just enough for him to hear, "Told you it was going to hurt." The aftermath is glorious. Nathan's entire empire, gone. His assets are frozen. His family is under investigation. Olivia, spotted leaving through the back, sobbing. And me? I stand near the shattered remnants of the cake, sipping champagne, watching the kingdom fall. Mia joins me, smirking. "So," she nudges me. "How's it feel?" I tilt my head, watching Nathan being shoved into the back of a squad car. "Like the sweetest thing I've ever made." Nathan is gone. Dragged away in handcuffs, his world shattered beyond repair, his empire, his reputation, his delusions of power, gone. The Griffin family under investigation, their empire built on lies and fraud is collapsing like a house of cards. Olivia fled the estate before the press could corner her, and Nathan's father was last seen yelling at his lawyers in a desperate attempt to salvage what's left. Me, I'm standing at the center of the ballroom, surrounded by the debris of a wedding that will be remembered for all the wrong reasons. The broken cake, the abandoned champagne glasses, the gasps and murmurs of scandalized guests. It's beautiful, because for the first time, I'm the one holding the power. The news hasn't stopped. Every major network, every online article, everyone is talking about what happened at the wedding. Scandal at high society wedding, real estate tycoon's son exposed for fraud, illegal deals, money laundering, and a wedding cake full of evidence. The story behind the downfall of the Caldwell Griffin dynasty. And my favorite, How a small town baker took down the elite. I close my laptop, grinning. Mia, sitting across from me at the bakery, flips her phone around. You've officially gone viral. I glance at the screen. Twitter is flooded with memes. One has a picture of my ruined wedding cake with the caption, "When the cake serves justice better than the courts." Another, a split image, Nathan getting arrested and me casually sipping champagne. The real winner of that wedding? I shake my head, amused. I didn't think taking down an entire corrupt family would make me an internet sensation. Mia smirks, lifting her coffee. To be fair, it's the most entertaining thing rich people have given us in years. I clink my cup against hers. To poetic justice. The sign outside my bakery is new. Sweet endings and beginnings. It's not just a bakery anymore, it's a new start, a place where we're funding community projects, offering job training, and supporting the very people Nathan and his family tried to destroy. Evelyn walks in carrying fresh contracts for the community center we're building. Still hard to believe you actually walked away from all of it, I say, signing the papers. She exhales, smiling. Walking away, Liana, I set the whole damn thing on fire. Fair point, she did more than leave her family's empire. She dismantled it. All the hidden bank accounts, seized. The backroom deals, exposed. Every dirty trick her father played, laid bare for the world to see. She looks lighter now. Freer. So, she asks, taking a seat across from me, what's next for you? I exhale, leaning back. For the first time, I have no idea. And that's the best feeling in the world. My bakery is packed, not just with customers, but with people who actually matter. The ones who lost their homes to Griffin Industries now working with us. The small businesses Nathan tried to crush, flourishing again. The community he thought was beneath him, thriving. I watch as Zoe trains a new employee at the espresso bar. Evelyn is on the phone, finalizing details for the community center opening. Mia is handling the front counter like she was born to do this. For the first time in years, I feel at peace. Until a familiar shadow falls across the door. Nathan. I knew this moment would come. He stands outside, hands in his pockets, looking nothing like the man who once thought he ruled the world. His expensive suit, gone. His smug confidence, shattered. The man in front of me now, lost. I step outside, letting the door shut behind me. Didn't expect to see you here, I say, crossing my arms. His eyes sweep over the bakery sign. He exhales sharply. So it's true, he mutters. You actually made something of yourself. I let the silence stretch. Nathan shifts, shoving his hands deeper into his pockets. I lost everything, you know. I arch a brow. Funny, that's exactly what you told me would happen to me. His jaw clenches. Good, let him feel it. He looks at me, then really looks at me, like he's finally seeing me for who I've become. Liana, He stops himself. I raise a hand. Don't, whatever you're about to say, I don't need to hear it. His shoulders sag slightly. I never thought I know, I cut in. That's the problem, isn't it? You never thought I was capable of anything without you. He swallows. But here's the thing, Nathan, I continue, my voice calm, steady, stronger than ever. You leaving was the best thing that ever happened to me. For the first time, he has nothing to say. I step back toward the door. Good luck, Nathan. You're gonna need it. And then, without another word, I walk away. Because this time, I'm the one leaving him behind. Nathan's fate is sealed. 5 years in federal prison. I watch the broadcast from my office, sipping coffee as the judge delivers the final verdict. The camera zooms in on his face, capturing the exact moment he realizes this is permanent. The once untouchable golden boy of high society, now just another disgraced criminal. I lean back, satisfied, because this isn't just about revenge. It's about justice. It's about making sure people like him never get the chance to do this again. Mia walks in, glancing at the screen. Damn, you really did it. We did it, I correct, smirking. She grins, raising an eyebrow. So, does this mean you're officially over him? I laugh, standing up and stretching. Mia was over him the moment he thought I'd be stupid enough to let him win. She snickers. Grabbing your coffee. Fair enough. Now hurry up, we've got a full house today. As I step out into my bustling bakery, the place buzzing with life, with success, with a future Nathan never believed I'd have, I realize something. I don't just feel free, I feel invincible. Because sometimes the best revenge is making sure the people who doubted you never forget your name. And now I have a question for you. If you had the chance to serve the perfect revenge, would you take it? Or is success the best way to prove them wrong? Let me know in the comments.